Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the School of Natural Esoterics webinar series. And tonight I am proud to be hosting the wonderful Rocio Alarcon, who I have known for quite a number of years now and worked with and had healings from and visited in Ecuador, and he's just a wealth of knowledge. He is an ethnopharmacologist and a healer, and the founder of the Yamoy Center, which is a cultural, educational, healing center in the Ecuadorian Amazon. And so I am really thankful that you're joining me today, Rocio. How are you?
Good evening, everybody. And thank you very much, Emma, for this invitation. For me, it's a honor to share this time with you, with your landscape, and with all the people who this night open a vortex of energy to share together the wisdom of the hummingbirds. Thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. Our pleasure. So first, Rocio, could you give us a little bit of a background? Usually I know that you have worked with plants for the majority of your life. It's been your life's work. And not only do you research the plants of the Amazon, but you also work with them in your healing work. And so how did you get into working with the hummingbirds? Where did that all start?
Well, my great-grannies and grannies, they love hummingbirds, and they were planting trees at that period. And still the trees, the plants are there in honor of the hummingbirds. And they came from that lineage that we believe that birds, animals, they are like the medicinal plants, the same level. They can heal people and they can heal the planet. So they choose the hummingbirds as part of the family. And Granny left that legacy for the children, the grandchildren who wanted to study. She began to spread some of the information, but finally I decided, and I keep doing and keep more deep into the wisdom of the hummingbirds. That is in one side. For my great-grannies and grannies, they love hummingbirds, and they opened the discipline of the hummingbirds for the family. And they love, and in our culture, we believe that animals and birds, they are at the same level than the medicinal plants. They can heal people, have properties, and they are ready to move forces that we don't need in our being. So Granny and great-granny, they were planting trees. They were together with the hummingbirds and loving them. And that was the first steps for me. After in the university, I remember zoology, to study zoology, and my first research was with hummingbirds. I was working in a big monastery, which we have some areas to study, some places, and we need to study a species of hummingbirds and find a nest. And for my surprise, around me, I saw in this monastery like a 10 nest of one of the species of hummingbirds. And I was crazy. And I said to my granny, look, the hummingbirds. And she said, they are waiting for you. That is why they are close to you, close to your university, waiting for you. So I didn't go far away to find my project. They were there with me. And that was the beginning. I wrote my first little research about this scientific name, Lesbia Victoria, long tail. Since I saw them since the eggs until they flew. But I went in the area of the other dimension and see how the hummingbirds were sending lights, and that was my first research, writing about the spiritual side of the hummingbirds for my teachers in the university. They at that period say, come on, Rocio, you are saying stories. And I say, no, it's part of my research. So that was the first. So I fell in love with plants, crazy for plants. And after, always in my heart, this feeling for hummingbirds. And I went to study part of the cultures of my country 4,000 years ago, and they already say that the hummingbirds are beings that can move from one dimension to another and heal people. Or they are the messengers, like in Mexico, the Azteca culture say they are messengers for the forces, for the divine forces. So in all America, this legacy of wisdom about the hummingbirds. So I keep that line of studying and understanding the power of them until only 10 years ago, when I have a brain incident. I was very high level of altitude in my country, and I have this vision, the lady of the hummingbirds appearing to me. Always Granny talk about that and say, there is the lady of the hummingbirds. She's like the Madonna, and she's the Madonna of the hummingbirds. So when I have this incident, she appeared to me and said, all will be okay. You are learning. Keep going. So she saved my life. And with one of my friends, I went to the land of my granny because I need to recover. And I say, I want to go to the area of my granny's land to see the hummingbirds. And my friend, she was with me, and she said, oh my God, the long beak hummingbird, it's a hummingbird, has a long beak. She said, I saw that hummingbird standing in your head for 45 minutes. That's not normal. Hummingbirds always are moving and moving. So the hummingbird healed and saved my life, and made me understand how powerful the wisdom of Granny and how powerful they are. So at that period, I promised the grannies and the hummingbirds that I will write the oracle of the hummingbirds as a gift for them and to honor the lady of the hummingbirds. So I have these these meetings with hummingbirds. And after, I offer some workshops in Ecuador for people who want to learn how to heal with hummingbirds.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
In summary.
Yeah, thank you. That's so beautiful. So it's a lineage of hummingbird healing. That's profound. So also, part of your research was looking into the symbiotic evolution of the hummingbirds and plants and humans. So I know you've got as a little kind of presentation to take us through. So I'm just going to share that. And so you just tell me when you want the slides changing. And
perfect.
Yeah, let's
yes.
Just bear with me while I...
Yes, hummingbirds are so special creatures. And maybe somebody say, we don't have hummingbirds in Europe or in Asia or in Africa. Doesn't matter. Hummingbirds work in all the planet. So here we have about the spiritual coevolution between hummingbirds, plants, and people. And yes, please. We can see that the coevolution in some of the structure of the hummingbirds. So I'm going to talk a little about the coevolution. What is coevolution? What means that? And a general description of hummingbirds, very fast, because you can find in different books and different social media the information about hummingbirds. And of course, America, habitat of the hummingbirds, and the importance of the plants in this process of coevolution. Qualities of the hummingbirds. What means this? We will talk about that. The high frequency of energy, the alchemy working with hummingbirds, and what is happening in this high frequency of alchemy working with hummingbirds, how we can heal, and the benefits that humans can obtain working and meditating, let's say, with hummingbirds. So you can see here in this map the distribution of the hummingbirds in America. And really, here is Ecuador, which, comparing with the size of this country, Ecuador has the same size than UK, almost the same size. But Ecuador has almost 50% of all the species of hummingbirds that we have in America. So it's amazing.
Ecuador is, I think, number 128, I think, on that map. Is that right?
Yeah, it's here. Yeah, it's in. I don't know. You can see. I'm pointing.
No, I can't see. But it sits on the equator in the center, obviously, doesn't it?
Yes, exactly.
And
yes.
so is it 129 or 128?
Yes, perfect. Yes, 1 to 9 different species of hummingbirds in that tiny country. It's amazing. So Ecuador is the center of the hummingbirds. You can imagine the amount of energy that we have in that place. And comparing, you can see other countries like, let's say, United States, 24 species. And it's not the size of the land, but it's the different habitats where the hummingbirds find protection and can keep in coevolution with the plants. Okay, so the next, please. So we can see the next and see how this coevolution. Really, coevolution is a biological concept. Yes, the biologists always talk about coevolution. And what is coevolution? Is the relationship between two or more different species. And when these species decided, or have, always I say in the most simple way, when some species have an agreement and say, okay, we decide to live together for love. In my view, is for love. Is that coevolution. And in that moment, in that coevolution is a reciprocal process, such as pollination or symbiosis, etc. So in this relationship, we can produce modifications of the organs. For love, these beings can transform the beaks, can transform the shape of the body, and the flowers can adapt. It's fantastic. And with these new adaptations, we can move to the big responsibility that produce this coevolution in the planet, and is the biodiversity. So this coevolution brings us to the big, enormous, fantastic biodiversity that we have in the planet. These fantastic different species. And it's because it's the agreement between different species that decided to live together and receive mutual benefits. Really, that is the meaning of this coevolution. But we can see at the same time the coevolution in another view, the spiritual coevolution. And that is almost the same, but we can move to that area. Please, if we can move to the next.
Okay, so just a quick question about that. So with the hummingbirds, each hummingbird feeds on just one particular type of plant, is that right?
Some hummingbirds, yes. Some hummingbirds, like the big hummingbird, we will see soon, can adapt and can have only very little number of species of flowers that have a specific, specific tubes, corolla tubes, and they can put a big peak inside to obtain the pollen and of course obtain the honey, but at the same time the pollen, and to bring to another plants. So plants are so clever. They say, okay, we are going to live in coevolution, but what is the benefit? And you can see in these pictures the peak of some of the hummingbirds, 2 species of hummingbirds, and the structure, the physiology, the appearance of the flowers. So this is one of the examples of the coevolution. And in the first slide, when we saw the first slide, we have the peak of the hummingbird and the shape of the flower.
Mm. The first one.
So amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Look, the fantastic shape of the peak.
So that hummingbird has adapted and evolved its beak in order to feed on the nectar of that one plant.
Fantastic.
Wow.
That is the coevolution. I just love this process.
That's beautiful.
And for me, in the spiritual side, is love. Because the species give all the energy to adapt, to suffer the transformations, and to keep going and living in the planet. So humans need to see this value into the species, plants and animals and birds, because it's a spiritual value that produce rich biodiversity for the benefit of all the beings in the planet, especially for humans.
Okay, so let's learn more about that then, please.
Yes.
Oh, so we've
Okay,
got a
here we
video.
can see, keep the eye in the long peak and the beautiful colors of the other hummingbird. Keep the eye.
Oh, wow.
Look at him. Can you see the long peak? And look the beauty of that. Two different species, completely different. I was so lucky to make the video of this. Yes, so it's so beautiful to see the long peak of that hummingbird. So we need a specific, this hummingbird species needs a specific flowers, a specific shape of the flowers. If not, it's going to disappear.
Right. So each hummingbird has a different type of coloration as well as a different shape and length of beak.
Yes,
Right.
size, shape, colors. We will see that. Yes.
Oops.
Okay, so we
Okay.
can see the next. Well, what is the view in the spiritual concept? Hummingbirds have some qualities that not other birds or not other creatures have in this planet. They can move from one dimension to another. They are multidimensional creatures. If
So
somebody say, how do we know?
How did they do that? Yeah.
I have a picture where we can see the fantastic movements that they are doing and how they can move very fast. The way how they move make them sometimes invisible. They are in one place and suddenly you say, I promise I saw here. And you can feel only the wave, the vibration of the hummingbird because they are so fast, so fast. That's what the other is. You can see when they shut, they send the energy of the sun for the body of the humans in the healing process. It's amazing. I have a picture and you don't believe that it's the same species, but change completely when they are in the high level of energy healing the people. And they can hear the mantras and they cover our bodies. I have students, they didn't believe it after they were covering hummingbirds, just using the mantras and the process of, they transform us. They keep us the mind in the now. Sometimes we talk in meditation that we need to think in the now. And sometimes the thoughts are coming and coming and coming and I can't sometimes. But when I'm healing with hummingbirds, they keep me in the now. They keep me in the now because you don't have choice. They don't give you chance to have, oh, I need to buy the bread. No, because they are here, moving, and call your attention depending in the senses and how the person works with what senses. Some people through the eyes, like the color, other through the sounds, other through tactile, other through the taste, because some hummingbirds can kiss you. Go and you are in trance. You transform yourself. So that is the process. I hope that in the future people can study and put, like people doing now with the mindfulness and putting all the elements to measure. One day, I'm inviting some of the neurologists to make that when people is watching hummingbirds. And for sure, the brain is changing. The brain is recovering.
And how do you connect to them to bring them in for healing? Did you say you call them? You have a mantra or a call that you make to call them in?
Yes, that is exactly what we are doing during our workshops in Ecuador. People needs to feel, to taste, and to engage. And I use the mantras that Granny was using. I use the path of the curandero, of the healer, because that is the real concept of healer. Healers heal. Healers can move forces if that person open the heart. If the people don't open the heart, some hummingbirds can do it. Some hummingbirds can do it. So that is why they are beings of the other. They are multidimensional. They can transform the light of the sun in energy suitable for us, like the plants. What is the photosynthesis? What is that? Is that the transformation of the energy in something organic for us? And hummingbirds can do that with the light. That is why in my culture, during the pre-Inca and Inca empires, they have the sun like our God, and the hummingbirds can travel through that dimension and bring that energies for us for a healing process.
And how do they transmit that to us?
I have a picture. I will show, because sometimes it's good that you can see and say, no way. You will see. I hope that is here. Is when they shut that energy, they trigger, they transform in other beings. And you say, people get under the trance. The people just lost the past and the future and the now. They are moving in another dimension. And that is the beauty of the hummingbirds.
Okay. So did you want to share a picture?
Please, yes.
Okay, so let's just bear with me. Okay, so you can, at the bottom of your screen, you've got share screen, so you can share the picture on your...
It's in the same that you have. Is one of the pictures.
Oh, okay, next. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Right.
I have there. So that is the quality of the hummingbirds. You can see here, just to keep in the order, the flowers for the long peak, like the pink flowers. That is one that hummingbirds love. The first is probably everybody knows, relative of the passion flower, the purple flower. You see?
Yeah,
it's
beautiful.
So beautiful. Hummingbirds just love that. And the other is for the long peak. The long peak just go into this flower. This is in the same family of plants, of course, for the passion flower. And look, the beauty of that, the colors, purple, powerful, and the long peak, just put the peak inside and can obtain the honey, and the flowers, so clever, cover the body of the hummingbird in pollen. So for me, the hummingbirds can make love. And that is the coevolution of the hummingbirds in flowers. When they talk between them, that's the story of my grannies. They say, hummingbirds talk with the flowers and say, listen, girl, I love you. And the flowers say, you sure? Yes, let's go to make love. And the flowers and the hummingbirds suffer the transformation in the process that we call alchemy coevolution. And in that way, different species of hummingbirds.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And so the coloration of the hummingbirds, they're all a vast array of beautiful colors. They're iridescent. What's the spiritual kind of meaning of the colorations? And does each kind of hummingbird carry a different kind of frequency, a different healing vibration, if you like, and so therefore do different things in terms of its healing capacities?
Yes, we think that the hummingbirds they can produce a rainbow of energy for us. It's the transformation of the light of the sun into something suitable for us, and we can see the rainbow of hummingbirds. We are not able to see the sun because can burn our eyes, can burn us. It's so brutal energy. But hummingbirds canalize the energy for us through the different colors. And how is that? Hummingbirds are the only one family of birds that the feathers have different structure. Each feather has different prismas into the feathers to change and to canalize the energy of the sun. That is how they can have this display of colors iridescent colors only with the presence of the sun. Because if there is no sunshine, they are not shining. It's because the structure of the feathers are unique. No other birds have the same. This is like a prisma on and on to transmit the light of the sun and make us to go under the process of healing.
Wow. Okay. So the prisms in the feather structure, they kind of like a crystal. They kind of like allow the sunlight in and then refract it out the other side.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Only them,
so they're
not other species.
So they're constantly emitting these healing qualities.
Depending on the sun and depending in the hours of the day. So all is harmonic. All is harmonic. And of course, that depends in the moments when the flowers are ready to be to receive the visit of the hummingbirds. It's a chain of the spiritual moments. And the hummingbirds, they can visit, I don't have exactly now the number, but they can visit flowers that only have a specific amount of honey and pollen, and they can perceive that. They can perceive. They don't waste the energy visiting all the flowers because they are very fragile. They need high levels of energy, so they can perceive the energy of the pollen. That's amazing. It's just fantastic.
So the plants that each individual hummingbird feeds on, and the hummingbird itself, there must be some symbiosis in terms of the types of healing that you would get from that plant and from that particular hummingbird. So
definitely. And yeah.
So
yes. So we can move to the next slide to see that. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we are talking about. You see, that is the same species of hummingbird, relaxed, quiet, and normal. And when they shut the energy for healing process, it's the same species of hummingbird. Look, the transformation with the sun is so brutal, amazing. The iridescent colors of the hummingbirds are so potent, high energy to heal the people.
Wow, that's stunning. Wow, beautiful.
That answers your question.
Yeah. So could if you don't have hummingbirds, but you've got some plants from the Amazon, you could you connect to the hummingbird through the plant if you've got an Amazonian plant? Because we quite often have plants over here in this country or in North America that come from the Amazon. So
definitely,
like
that is my theory. Exactly. Yes.
So we can connect to the hummingbirds through the plants.
Through the flowers, through the plants. That's what I'm saying. People say, we don't have hummingbirds here. But remember, many of the plants that we have in America were the conquistadores arrived to America. And they spread an incredible amount of beautiful plants. Salvia, sage, all these plants. All these aromatic plants into the Labiate family, rosemary, all these Labiate, this mint family, for example. Hummingbirds love the mint family. And one of the points in my view is that these plants have medicinal properties. You can make a herbal tea, you can prepare tinctures, you can engage with that plant in the spiritual side, different ways. But the frequency of the plant will be more high when hummingbirds are visiting them.
Oh, you mean the individual plant or the plant? Do you mean the individual plant or the plant species will be of a higher vibration?
The plant species.
Right.
The plant species. And of course, in that garden, that individual plants. But what is happening is that if I have the seeds of that plants coming from gardens that hummingbirds were visiting, like rosemary, etc., etc., the energy is enormous, and we can meditate with that family of plants. Like here in UK, we have beautiful rosemary, we have beautiful mint, beautiful blues. Here I can see even in the shops these heliconias. All these plants to meditate and call the spirits of the hummingbirds, and they, in the spiritual side, they are visiting you. They are going and listen the call.
So rosemary is really known and kind of worked with for memory, not just memory of this life, not just to kind of enhance your memory, but for kind of other memories of other lives, for healing. And so is the hummingbird that feeds on the rosemary, is that hummingbird also good to help you recall different aspects of yourself?
Yes, exactly. During our workshops, I talk about different species of hummingbirds and the properties to heal different conditions. Right. And exactly rosemary, because rosemary is very well visited by hummingbirds, has to deal with many of the conditions like low blood pressure, good memory, make you feel so relaxed. Yes, the mint family is quite magic. The mint family of plants, quite magic, because hummingbirds love them, and they left a legacy in the plants, a legacy of energies. And that's the beauty. So here you can see how we can engage with the hummingbirds. Hummingbirds have the quality to transmute from one dimension to another. They engage with us through different elements, and depending in each person, through the light. You already asked about the iridescent colors. Of course, everybody just love to engage with hummingbirds through the colors. And everybody, when we are in the workshop, they say, "Hey, Rocio, look, this hummingbird." And the hummingbird sometimes stand up in the arms and sending the lights. And they say, "Oh my God." And I say, "Shut up, look the beauty." and sending that light like this hummingbird is doing. It's fantastic, a special experience. For me, it's a type of meditation through the light, through the water where hummingbirds are showering, in the bathing. People love that, to feel that water. Sounds. It's not harmonic sound, but you can hear the chips, different sounds, calling or protecting the territory, because they are very territorial. Some people love the sounds. Of course, we talk about colors and the speed. My God, we are living in this century where all is very fast, like the hummingbirds. So we have the hummingbirds to make us grounded in this century that all is very fast, like they are. So always I say, you want to heal children, please ask the hummingbirds. Because children now, some children that are, hyper, never stop. Of course, hummingbirds can help. Some species, not all, but some species of hummingbirds, because the speed, because this century so fast. Hummingbirds, they are like that. That's why in this century, hummingbirds are with us.
Okay.
And of course, we talk about the energy that they put into the plants. It's so amazing. It's very healing.
So it's interesting you say that the hummingbirds are territorial. I remember when I first arrived into the Amazon, and I just got off the boat and I walked into the jungle, and a hummingbird, a kind of quite a large green one, just arrived and just hung in front of my face, and just for a few seconds, and just literally scanned me, checked me out, and then left. But he wanted to know, like, who has just stepped into my house?
Yes,
wanted to make sure.
Yes, two moments in the experience that you described. Number one is probably he was scanning you, removing forces. That's what we call removing forces. Probably you didn't need more forces in changing life. They are very fast. Sometimes we don't notice. Oh. And in the future, life always change forever. That's number one. And the number two is, of course, like you say, territorial. Territorial because they care and they love the plants that they need, and they care the plants. That's why they are territorial, protecting the spiritual energy.
Oh, okay. So he probably gave me a cleanse as soon as I arrived into his house. I understand that.
Yes, we can move to the next.
Okay.
Here, this is a little example of the oracle of cards that I was writing, just to give an example about the different species of hummingbirds and how they adapt with the different flowers. And of course, that plants always have the characteristic of the colors or the peak or the shape of the hummingbirds. And here I am under the trance, which I didn't know I was here. I have attached in my body some of the hummingbirds. I was using the mantra and hummingbirds flying around me. Somebody took this picture and the hummingbirds there just, I went, I don't remember, but hummingbirds were in my face and in my back and in my hands. So that is when we develop the skills to be in contact with the hummingbirds, when we open the heart to allow the hummingbirds to work with us in the process of healing ourselves and healing other people, they just engage and they come to visit us in our home, in the spiritual side, or in the physical bodies. And that happened during our activities. It was amazing. This year, I will say that in March, we saw the most fantastic rainbow. We call the rainbow hummingbird appear to all of us because we were needing to purify our body. And it was with us all the time. Let's say traveling with us into the forest, into the gardens all the time, knowing that hummingbird is not easy to watch. But during this period, because we were needing, after the post-pandemic, it was with us. And here you have one of the drawings that a friend was doing for me about my vision of the Madonna, the lady of the hummingbirds. She was covered in hummingbirds. It was amazing. From the top of the head until the border of fascinating dress with the seeds, and for each movement that she was doing, the hummingbird just moving around her. And that represents our spirit, how we can attach and how we can be covering hummingbirds under the process that will be a process similar to the meditation, covering with hummingbirds and healing ourselves.
Do you work with essences at all, Rocio? Do you work with, you can get flower essences and plant essences. Have you ever made a hummingbird essence?
Well, at the moment we are doing in the Amazonian, in our center, we have one hummingbird that always visits cacao flowers, and we are doing the essence of the flowers and hummingbirds, because we need to be sure that the hummingbirds are visiting that areas. Some of my students, they were doing the flowers essence, not so much because we were in the beginning, just teaching something new, and the people say, it was new, but I feel little shy, but and after I say, well, no, it's the wisdom of my grannies. So we are offering with some of the students preparing this special water, especially because I need to adore the long peak hummingbird, because this is so fantastic for heart condition. I saw miracles in my own person, in my mom, and here my mom had some condition in the heart, never in the family, first time, and she was in Glenfield Hospital here, And the doctors, they saw the miracle of the hummingbirds. I was doing ceremony, and after one of them approached me and I said, I'm doing something wrong. And he said, no, no, no. Two of them said, no, no, no. All is perfect. It's so rare to see a person how recover very fast. What you are doing. So one of them, he wants to study the science of the hummingbirds because they saw the miracles. And this long peak work miracles in this century, that some problems with circulation, with the brain and heart. They are amazing. This hummingbird is my gratitude for this hummingbird. So, and that's why I decided to open the box of Granny and disperse this window and give the real credit to these fantastic birds that are amazing. They are ambassadors of the other dimension. And you can transform, you can see in your own skin. I say to the people, feel the breeze of the hummingbirds in your face, because such a little wings, you can feel the breeze, the wind moving forces. Fantastic. I love them with all my heart.
Wow, that's stunning. Stunning. Hey, shall I move on to the next slide?
Yes, please.
Oh, that's it. That was the end.
Yes. So one of the points that really, hello?
Yeah, we're still here.
Yes, I don't know why I went. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you see us and hear us?
No, I don't know what happened.
Oh.
The hummingbirds moved something.
Can you hear me, Rocio?
Yes, I can hear you. And
okay,
you?
good. That's the main thing.
Yes, now I can hear you. I can see you. Can you see me?
Yes.
Yes, I don't know what happened. So one of the points that really, for me, was remarkable studying the hummingbirds is that, of course, there are many prophecies about the hummingbirds in America. And I think that suddenly this big wave of energy is coming to all the planet. It's not only for America, it's for all the planet. And each being in this planet, not only humans, but each being, plants, animals, different species, and we are part of that. I don't want to talk about humans like we are the different. We are into this ecosystem, into this co-evolution. And I will say that we forgot how to go under this spiritual co-evolution. We move from our matrix. Sometimes we are talking about the Mother Earth, call whatever you want, Pachamama, in Quechua, or Mother Earth, Madre Tierra, whatever language. Fantastic. But we need to come back to that mother. And the only way for me how we can come back is through the co-evolution with the other beings. If we are not together with them, we are far away. And we can choose whatever beings, but really hummingbirds, they are different. They can, as I showed in the slides, different moments and how they can heal people. Now I receive many testimonial letters about the miracles of the hummingbirds or about the Madonna of the hummingbirds. And let me say something, like one of my friends in Portugal, she has a fantastic center covered in flowers. And she decided to have the oracle of the hummingbirds. Don't ask me why, but I sent to her 3 times and always came back to England, the parcel. 3 times and come back until she sent me a message and said, Rocio, what's going on? It's January and I'm waiting since November. And I said, I don't know. It's the address, is all, but it's coming back. So I decided to send with a friend. She was going to Portugal. And I said, please, would you like to bring and please deliver in her hands? She was doing that. And she said, I can't believe it. The day that the oracle cards arrived, she was waiting a mortgage, waiting for months and months in the bank. And she said, the oracle arrived, and I was so emotional. I opened and I picked a card. And the card that was living is about the working in the area of business. And she said, I can't believe it, how this card could be for me. And she said, I went to the bank with my card, with my Hummingbird card, and said, listen. And the mortgage was ready. And she said, simple things like that. And other more incredible experiences I received and made me cry in gratitude, because now people can live that spiritual coevolution in the side of health, in the side of happiness, living the anxiety. That's one of the main activities now. As I'm saying, with hummingbirds, you don't have time to think in anything more than now. When you are watching hummingbirds, you are watching hummingbirds. You are not thinking in whatever thing. No, it's the attention there, because if not, you lose the hummingbird. If you lose the hummingbird, they will come to the back and calling you, hey, and you are, in the now. And after you go under the trance, no choice. Sometimes I touch my sisters and brothers who are going to these workshops. I touch and say, hey, are you okay? They don't answer. They don't. I didn't put a video because I didn't ask them. Some of them just, and when they came back, maybe 1 hour later, they say, oh my God, it's like only 5 minutes. I don't want to come back. Wow. And hummingbirds just moving.
So the hummingbirds can take you into that other dimension, into those other dimensions that they flit in and out of.
Definitely. Right. But of course, you need to learn how to do that, because there are 2 moments, like bird watchers, people going and check and see the number of species and collection of species. It's fantastic. I love that way to see the birds, but this is different. It's the way how to engage in the spiritual side, how you can see the hummingbirds through your senses.
And how do you?
I don't know.
If we don't have access to hummingbirds, how do you suggest we could do that?
Experience
them.
Flowers. You want to have the experience, just buying in a shop a beautiful or in the supermarket a bundle of mint. Winter time, always we have this bundle of aromatic flowers, mint or sage or rosemary. Fantastic. And visualize the hummingbird. Visualize. And go under the trunk. All the hummingbird that you love and engage in that trip. The spirit of the hummingbird will come. The spirit of that species will come. That's one. And the other, as I'm saying, we are doing water of hummingbirds, but with the quality of different plants, like the cacao. That is brutal, amazing. That brings you to the happiness. People fell in love immediately. It is the way to bring you to the ecstasies of the love. Really, I say all in that 2 words: ecstasies of the love.
And a lot of people work with cacao now, and ceremonially as well. So they could actually be calling in the hummingbird that works and feeds on the cacao.
Exactly. Exactly. But we are humans, and we just only love what I'm eating, the cacao. And I don't think that there are other beings that are there producing the pollination and the coevolution. If we understand that way when we are eating, okay, I'm having a tea of rosemary. How many beings, especially hummingbirds, doing this for me? And that is the way to engage in that coevolution, to be part of the Mother Earth.
By recognizing that interconnected nature of everything and being part of that network. Yeah.
Yes. And create in this Christmas time, put a little hummingbird in your Christmas tree, please. In honor of them. And with a nice, with the nice aroma of the plants. A little hummingbird making cotton, there is a lady, she was studying with me, she's doing, oh my God, a beautiful little hummingbirds. I don't remember her name, but she sent me one of the most beautiful making with a piece of cloth. Fantastic. She's not from America, she's from France and she lives here in UK, and she sent me the most beautiful design of hummingbird for my Christmas tree.
Beautiful. So, Rocio, have you got anything coming up actually at the Yamoy Center in Ecuador? Have you got any kind of like events coming up if people want to join you on one of these amazing retreats?
Yes, we have a retreat in February about healing with hummingbirds, and that will be in the valleys of the Andes Mountains, where is the main center of biodiversity of hummingbirds. Probably we will see like average, let's say 30, 35 different species of hummingbirds in that area. And we will choose our hummingbird protector. We will do many activities, spiritual activities to engage with the hummingbirds and to bring with us. Because we are in our healing process, we are people of ceremonies. And it's impossible to cut that ceremonies from humans, especially in the curandero science. Ceremonies are so important into the healing process. So we will have different ceremonies with the hummingbirds and preparations and use the science at the same time to have our preparations and purifications all together, and learning with experts in hummingbirds about different species of hummingbirds and how they look like, how we identify, and how they touch my heart, how they make me feel healthy. What of my senses are ready to engage with the hummingbirds? And after you bring that with you don't need more. You need to bring in your heart that and the vibration into some things, elements that we are going to create all together. Yeah, that is one of the workshops. And the other is, of course, healing with healers. That will be in the Amazonian, into Yamoe Center, our center, working with different master plants, like cacao, like we will see the structure of different master plants, how the combinations, what are the importance of combination of different plants, what type of ceremonies. We will use the clay of the Amazonian. In that area, we have a clay to purify the body and engage working under the canopy of the trees and working with healers, working in the way of purification, ceremonies, and little of biochemistry, preparing some medicines.
Your center sits at kind of like a junction point between different indigenous tribes, isn't it? So you're like a kind of mediator between the tribes, and you bring the women together to do healing and to share information and make things, isn't it?
Yes, that's the beauty of Yamoe Center. Yamoe Center is located in a vortex of energy, high level of biodiversity. Doing research, because I'm coming from the science at the same time, we have in a plot, 1 hectare, 257 different species of trees. It's fantastic, different species of trees, and maybe 5 or 6 different uses for each tree. So potential medicine for all of us, potential solutions, potential spiritual and physical molecules to heal people. And that's the beauty. And at the same time, we are living in the middle of different sisters and brothers of different communities. We are mestizo, but there are the Guaranis, the Quichua, the Shuar, living together. And Yamoe is a center where everybody can be there, different tribes, different believers, different colors to find solutions in the way of healing people.
Okay, I bet people can find you at your, I think it's your website is Yamai, IAMAE.org. Is that right?
Yes, that is the name Iamoe. Yes.
Okay, great. Wow.
Would it be possible to do a hummingbird meditation now together?
Yes. Yes.
What do you think, Rocio?
Yes.
Can you take us through a little meditation?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I was almost going to offer first to move a oracle card for the group to know in which level how we are feeling all together. So this is the oracle cards, and if everybody just relax for a minute to pick one of the cards and to see what is the message of the hummingbirds for all the group right now.
Okay, nice.
Before we are going into the meditation. So I will invite everybody with all the respect just to call the spirit of the hummingbirds and to make a deep and take out through the mouth to blow into the oracle cards. Two of them. Ready all together, like one single spirit called hummingbird. Ready? Deep breath, and go. Hau kinde tsungana yaisu. You put the hands in your heart and feel the energy of the hummingbirds. Waisaya yamunganaya. Kinde tsungana nina 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 kinde tsungana. Waisaya yamunganina. Kinde tsungana nina nina. Waisamu yako kuilichi kinde tsungana. Sayamunga yayasu. Urku mama, urku taita yayasu. I'm calling with all the respect the spirit of the lumpy hummingbird. And clean the heart of my brothers and sisters. Clean our energies, our arteries, our blood. You can see the hummingbird, the lumpy hummingbird. He's in your heart, removing forces into the arteries. Ushu. Ushu. Kinde tsungana. We are going to call the spirit of Lesbia Nuna, Lesbia Victoria, two hummingbirds, the long tail, with the energy of the tails, cleaning our bodies, making a fun to clean our bodies, our sadness. It's a very nice warm energy passing from the top of the head, coming down to our face, our ears, our tongue, Feel the breeze of the wings and the tails moving through our bodies, our throats, shoulders, spine, all our thorax, moving through the vertebrae, moving the forces, coming down through the lower areas, legs, and feel the energy in the legs moving, the same time in the arms and hands. Big movements, very fast, and finishing into the feet. Kinde Tsungana, Kinde Tsungana. Ush. Ush. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Spirits of the hummingbirds, rainbow of hummingbirds, divine sun, you are here with us. Bringing the light of the sun to transform our spirits and our physical bodies. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. We come back slowly, slowly. We are going to pick slowly one of the cards. It's the same hummingbird that it was in the...
What's it called?
Yeah. This is saying cleans vibrational low frequency energy.
We're all clearly in our hearts this evening.
Yes, and Colibri coruscans is the scientific name if you want to see.
Oh, Colibri coruscans. Colibri means hummingbird, doesn't it?
Yes, but this is the scientific name, Colibri coruscans. And the flowers are eucalyptus, which is good for cold and for the flu and things like that. So you see?
Did you say eucalyptus? Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful. Wow.
Exactly what we are needing in this period.
Yeah. To be in our hearts, because there's so much going on in the world, isn't there? That we
Yes.
really, as you mentioned earlier, that we really need to be in our hearts in order to navigate it all.
And as I'm saying, we need to clean our energies. And this is the hummingbird.
Okay. So a little lesson about psychic hygiene from the hummingbirds there.
So
okay,
yeah,
well, this has been delightful, Rocio, and it's such an honor to be able to hear from an elder, because we don't have that many elders in our society anymore, and we're blessed that you live part-time in the UK as well as in Ecuador, and so we're blessed that you visit our islands, and then we get to speak to you and learn from you. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your decades of experience and knowledge. It's it's profound, and thank you for all that you do.
it's a pleasure and gratitude for all of you. And in this period of Christmas, enjoy with the hummingbirds and the relative of the plants. We have you heard about guayusa, which is very popular now. and is one of the plants, is one of the master plants, but you have the relative of that plant here that you put in the altars or in decorations here. It is these Christmas red fruits that you have, and the green leaves, so beautiful in Christmas time.
You mean the holly?
Holly.
Holly
is into the same family of Guayusa.
Really? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes. So
Guayusa,
enjoy that and call the
Guayusa,
spirit of the hummingbirds through that plant.
Yeah, because Guayusa is beautiful for community and for remembering your dreams and for energy and things like that. But yeah, I didn't know holly was related. So
yes, holly is related, and that's why I love to be here in UK, because I love to study and to learn the plants, and to use the plants that are relatives from the other, they are brothers and sisters in the planet.
yeah.
So you have the holly, and I think the holly that you put I saw in some friends' houses as a decoration for Christmas time, to dream and to be happy with the red fruits. So beautiful. It's relative of the guayusa and relative of the yerba mate. So they are into the same family of plants. So enjoy with that plant, and call the spirit of some hummingbirds that they can send through that family of plants the energy for all of you in Christmas time.
Beautiful. Well, again, thank you so much, Rocio. And yeah, thank you to everybody for joining us, and I hope you've enjoyed time. So good night, everybody. And thank you again, Rocio, and we'll see you soon.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy this period of the year. Gratitude.
Okay. You too.
Gratitude, Emma.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.